And without further ado, I'd like to announce I'll be attending the University of Texas.
With the 8th pick in the 2019 NBA Draft, the Atlanta Hawks select Jaxson Hayes from the University of Texas.
So I actually made this video like a week and a half ago, but I didn't want to release it until he signed his official NBA contract, and 2 days ago he did. And he played his first Summer League game last night and played really well, had like 28 points, a bunch of rebounds, like 4 blocks or whatever. But Jaxson Hayes is special, and I'm going to explain to you why in this video. Hayes was only 6 feet tall as a freshman in high school, but then he grew to be 6'7" by his junior year. And then after that, at the end of his junior year, he grew to be 6'11". Before Jaxson hit his growth spurt, he did play point guard in high school, but obviously after he hit his growth spurt, he played center/power forward. In his sole year at Texas, Jaxson proved to be one of the best players in the entire country and the best shot blocker in the entire country. Jaxson did get injured towards the end of the year, and it caused him to miss Texas's NIT, but it didn't really matter. Jaxson was already a lottery pick anyway. Jaxson has an athletic pedigree with his mother and father both being involved in sports. His father played tight end in the NFL for over a decade. Jonathan Hayes was also the tight ends coach for the Bengals last season. So considering his father did play in the NFL, Jaxson is bound to grow more, become stronger, and just all around become a better athlete. Jackson's mother, Kenny Hayes, also played college basketball at Drake University. Miss Kenny Hayes was also the former basketball assistant coach for Oklahoma, Iowa, and Southern Illinois University. So I did read some scouting reports on Jaxson Hayes, and they say he's built like JaVale McGee, and that's true. He is kind of built like JaVale, but I feel that he plays like Hassan Whiteside. So he's built like JaVale and is a rim runner like Hassan. So if you remember earlier how I was talking about Anthony Davis and Jaxson Hayes, well, look at this. Per 100 possessions in college, they both played 1 year in college. AD and Jaxson both averaged 26 points per 100 possessions in their sole year at Texas and Kentucky. So I'm not saying Hayes is the next AD or anything because they average the same amount of points. That's stupid. I'm just saying that there is potential for Jaxson to become a player like AD. But this stat here I think is kind of interesting. AD played almost double the amount of minutes Jaxson did in college. So that obviously affected some stats or whatever, but I still think that's insane. Jaxson has the most potential out of any rookie in his draft class. If y'all been watching the highlights that I put up here, the only other player that can do stuff like this is on his team, and that's Zion Williamson. So while I was trying to compare Jaxson Hayes to other NBA stars, I came across Steven Adams. Per 100 possessions, he averaged 20 points, 5.7 blocks on 57% field goal shooting. Hayes, on the other hand, averaged 26 points, 5.7 blocks on 73% field goal shooting per 100 possessions. With any NBA player, there are pros and there are cons, unless you're Michael Jordan and you're good at everything. So the pros for Jaxson are that his potential, like I said earlier, his motor, so he's just up and down, never gets tired. He has an amazing touch around the rim. He's an elite shot blocker, and his footwork allows him to defend positions 2 through 5, so shooting guard, small forward, power forward, and center. He's not quick enough to guard a point guard, but he can keep up with a shooting guard. So with any player, there are cons. His lack of IQ, that's self-explanatory. No jumper, that will come over time. His strength, he's young, skinny. He cannot create isolation situations. He can't really do that. And his defensive rebounding is terrible. Hayes averaged 5.6 defensive rebounds per 40 minutes. Jeremy Lamb averaged 5.5 per 36 minutes. That's ridiculous. But like I said earlier, the potential is there. He can learn all of those things. And his jump shot situation. He attempted 3 jump shots his entire freshman season at Texas. So the next few statistics I'm going to throw up there is between Jaxson Hayes and Anthony Davis and their college numbers. Hayes shot 70% from the field in college. Anthony Davis shot 62%. From the charity strike, AD and Hayes both shot 70%. So that's really good for Jaxson because that means he can eventually develop a jump shot the same way Anthony did in his first few years in the league. Hayes shot 87% from around the rim in his freshman year at Texas. That is the highest of any freshman in the last 25 years. And the crazy part to me is the growth pattern is pretty much the same as Anthony's. If you go look into AD's growth pattern, you'll see the same thing happen to Jaxson that happened to AD. And the most obvious similarity is their shot blocking. They were both viewed as the top shot blockers in their respective draft classes. And this is the skill set that they had while they were both in college. They were both rim runners. They both thrived off of pick and roll situations with lobs. And both of them had little to no outshot shot. Davis had a little bit of a more outshot shot than Hayes, but not by much. And both can handle the ball a lot better than the average center because they were both guards before their growth spurt. The Pelicans' front court is going to be absolutely insane for the future with Zion and Hayes, but that's all, folks, for today. Thanks for watching.